Live from the WTC studios in Milton, Pennsylvania, it's the nearly famous CB Show, starring Chris Patton and Brandon Kozer. And now, here are the stars of the show, Chris and Brandon.
Well, we're getting bounced around studios.
Yeah, we're trying to find a home now. If anybody has availability, let us know.
You know, I guess it's a good thing. Everybody's busy.
Yes.
We kind of come and invade a lot of space with our big crowd. Hey, it's good.
Hey, well, thanks for coming back for the second year. You know, last week's video was it was really happy. It made me laugh a lot of times. You know, a lot of memories that I forgot that we did over the year.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see the little recap of that. So.
It was really 52 episodes of the CB show.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought it? But
right.
Here we are, 53.
53,
so,
moving on.
I guess, you know, we got an exciting year ahead of us. A lot of things going on. First, I get these text messages sometimes from Steve when he's on the road, and I get this text and it's a picture here, and I'll share this picture, and it's a group of guys.
Looks like they're having fun.
Having
it's a good
some fun
night
down in North Carolina. Looks like some beverages may have been in it.
Diet
But great group of guys from Desmond to Thomas, and some other names leaving my head right now. But Rod, of course, I see Rod there.
Rod's in there.
He's in that Rod.
Terry's
mode.
in there.
Yeah, Terry.
Steve.
Yeah, letting loose a little bit.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
But great down there in Winston-Salem. Again, great team down there.
Listen, they work hard during the day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a busy project down there. That's a huge, and work hard during the day, and work hard, play hard.
Yeah. For sure. So
they deserve it.
What else is going on?
Just we keep flowing in. Drivers are still coming. We definitely. Let's go into that.
Right into the weekly update.
The weekly update.
So we have a lot of drivers flowing in week to week. We have a lot of interest in the casual driver.
Yeah.
Which, for you out there that haven't seen it out there on Facebook or LinkedIn or anything, we do have the casual position open, such as that. And actually, this week we ended up with we had a huge class.
Oh.
It actually was kind of spread out. We had returner who retired and came back out of retirement and wants to work a little bit. So overall, we had James and Tommy from Virginia, and then Brian from New York. Then we had Jason, Brian, Chris, Lester, and Phil from Pennsylvania. So collectively, 7 people.
Wow.
7 new guys. So welcome aboard, all of them.
I thought we go back to what you started that conversation off, because we have this, we got this new, what we call a flex driver.
Yes.
So the idea behind this is, you got a full-time driver, he's got his benefits and everything, but there's other people out there who may have a CDL. I know one's maybe a driver instructor, right? He's got a CDL, he's trained during the week, wants to pick up some extra hours.
Correct.
Right? So, hey, we'll come on over here in Milton, we'll put you in a truck, and we'll, as long as you have a good background, obviously.
Yep.
know. So, and there might be some owner operators out there. There's untapped resources. Fuel's high, right? So, hey, you want to park your truck for a little bit? Come on board.
Actually, the one guy this week, he drove for many, many years, and for the last year and a half, he's been a diesel mechanic. And he saw our ad and diesel mechanic because they're working those crazy hours the way that we do. We have some crazy guys that work some crazy shifts, and he's like, hey, I got a couple extra days I can fill in. So he signed up, this week, and so definitely we can work with any schedule.
Yeah, right.
Sunday through Saturday, morning, mid, night shift. Let us know. We'll make.
So we're offering that position, over here in Milton, in New Jersey, and also down in Roanoke, Dublin, Virginia area.
Correct.
Yep. Basically wherever we have trucks.
Right.
Yep.
Wherever
we can share a truck at, right?
Correct.
So, the other thing, we talk about the warehousing. Warehousing has some job opportunities. We're looking for what we call line operators here in Milton. And we're also looking for kind of like a flex schedule, working for a 3-day work schedule. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 12-hour shifts, but a full-time job.
Yeah.
So again, there's a lot of opportunities. So family members, we touched on Steve's video last week. He talked about the family, and it's true. We got people, family members working in the warehouse and trucking company. So if you're a driver, some family members that want to get a start in a warehousing company, hey, send them our way.
Like I said, think about that. You work a 3-day shift.
All right.
3 days, 36 hours. you get 4 days off.
Yep.
A lot of family time. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of things, a lot of time to do things at home.
Yeah, we have to be flexible. There's a new world out there. Let's be honest, and so we're flexible. We're flexible on the trucking side. We're flexible on the warehousing side. So, again, look us up. You'll see us on Facebook.
Yeah,
Right?
see us on Facebook. See us anywhere out, and we got some really neat things coming up here with our with another division. We'll celebrate that later when it releases. Also this week, there's an article came across. It was quite interesting. So, my safety tip will follow this right here. But as we chose what the safety tip was this week, and then all of a sudden this news article comes out about Pennsylvania state troopers and local state troopers that they're going to be really cracking down. And they're cracking down on poor behavior, driver behavior. Right. So the top 3 that they're going to be focusing on are distracted driving, speeding, and traffic offenses in work zones. Those are the top 3. But then the follow-up ones are also going to be doing following too closely, failure to move over for emergency vehicles, the move over law, and then passing and no passing zones. So they're really focused on that. They're really cracking down. Those 6 criterias, they have statistically shown that they're the leading causes in fatality deaths. Or fatality crashes, fatal crashes. So they're really starting to crack down on that. And so interesting enough, leads into my safety tip of the week.
Here we go.
Which is aggressive driving.
Okay.
And aggressive driving basically is categorized by speeding, tailgating, improper passing, and running lights and stop signs. And so collectively as a trucking company, I can say for the violations that we don't get within these criteria is amazing. The amount of miles that we do, our numbers are really, really phenomenal with this, and we talk about it every month in our safety meetings. And I just couldn't be more proud of our men and women out there doing it the right way, in the legal way, in the safe way.
Yeah. One thing I think it was last night. I was riding with my daughter, and she said, she always wants to be our biggest critic here at the CB show, and she asked us to spice it up. I asked, do you have any ideas? Of course, she doesn't have any, but, you can be a critic.
Right. You always have an opinion, and we're willing for it, but we also like the feedback.
Right. So. But she did mention about the safety tip, and I said, I was just explaining to her how important it is, and it's not about just our trucking fleet. It's about us in general, our behaviors out on the road, driving, whether we're driving to work, driving to a warehouse. But, ultimately, this started with the idea behind the trucking thing. But it's all of us working together on the road together. So, when you're in a passenger vehicle, think about that truck, and 70 feet of tractor and trailer and the blind spots and all that. Be cautious of that, So we're all working together, and I always like to remind people of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's the thing. It's always, everybody thinks we're talking just truckers, but, I'm hitting the road again next week, and I got to be mindful of that. Yeah. Every time I creep up on a truck, or, and another big thing is when you're riding next to that truck or right behind that truck, how good was their pre-trip? How good are those tires? Those tires could blow at any moment, and you're riding right next to the tires. You're putting yourself in danger. So just. It goes for everybody out there. Always awareness, always being aware of your surroundings.
I think awareness is huge. It goes on to one thing, leading off the safety tip. I sent a message out today via text to all our drivers out there, but really this is a text for all of us again. With fuel costs.
Through the roof.
And it's not going to change. You could read about it. It's not going to change anytime soon. We're going to be stuck with these high fuel costs until things get corrected. But when we're paying $6-7 a gallon, right? We got to be mindful of the waste.
No, you're saying diesel there. Just
diesel, unless you live in California.
Right, correct. Yeah, if you're watching us from California, hey man, give us a shout out from there. But yes, definitely for diesel, $6-7.
Yeah. So when you're thinking about that, and it was just a simple reminder. Anytime we just shut the truck off, right?
Right.
It's getting a nice temperature out now, where we don't need to be necessarily always running them at night. Yep. You get to this cool night. So. And if you're going into a shipper, receiver, whatever, shut the truck off, come back out, fire it back up. It can be annoying. I have my own personal vehicle, but I am mindful of it now because it's like gold in your tank right now.
Listen, I can tell you that this week, my wife and I actually decided to carpool every other day.
Yeah.
And it's just with our schedule after work and stuff that we have to do it every other day, but it's going to save us a lot. And my truck has that like automatic shut off when I stop at a stop sign, a red light. I used to always turn that off, but I was like, hey, could save me another, all this time. Maybe I get another mile or two.
Yeah,
So-
when I filled up again. I think I talked to this the other week. I said how expensive it was, but I just filled up my Honda Accord, little Honda Accord. It was $85. It was
Yeah.
just that's for low test gas. Too.
Yeah, not the high
Nuts,
test.
nuts. So, again, it's just awareness. Understand it affects all of us. If we're just burning money out the stack, it doesn't benefit nobody. And so, we're here to grow and continue to be prosperous. So we just need to be mindful of all that. So, it goes right along with safety. If we're doing the right things, safety, we're safety conscious. We're doing all those things, we'll be successful. So
Yeah, and it doesn't cost. It saves money.
that's right.
So I have one thing before we
what are we gonna
shout
talk
out to our
about?
sponsors.
What are we talking about?
So there's a big thing out there going around on the social media and this and that, and so I know you're really into the social media. So
big time.
there's a big debate:
Yeah.
tires or doors.
Okay.
And I guess it's really more wheels or doors. Is there
Yeah.
more wheels or doors in the U.S. or even in the world?
Okay,
really?
in the world.
Let's go in the world.
A lot of doors.
So
So just
there's-
looking around here, a lot of doors.
But I'm standing here and I'm seeing a lot of wheels.
Yeah.
So give us your feedback. I'd like to get some votes on wheels or doors, and maybe we'll tally that up. And at the end of the next week, we'll have our own CB show final decision on if it's wheels or doors.
It'd be a great debate.
Yeah. So I'm
I like to, not just say wheels. Like, why do you believe it's wheels? That'd be really.
Yeah, I mean, with a little explanation.
Right.
I mean, again, I sit here and I see one door, two doors, but I'm seeing two chairs with 9 wheels.
There you go.
So give us your feedback on that. I'd like to hear what you have to comment about that.
Hey, the other thing, it is a new year, right?
It is.
So we are looking for ideas. We're not we're creative, but I wouldn't say we're always looking for fresh ideas. So send them our way.
Yeah, our
right?
idea only goes so far. We're getting back into sports, so we might end up having to show highlights of our kids here pretty
Right.
soon on the baseball field.
Well, or we could bring back our own pictures of
Well,
our
I'm working
glory
on
days.
I'm working on one for you here, but
All right, good.
we'll get you.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
Yeah, I think people are noticing, but maybe they haven't quite noticed something yet. But
Yeah, well, we'll get there. Once you're ready to really accentuate it.
Yeah. So until next week, let's get shout out to our sponsors
Shout out to
once
them
again.
for sure. Can't do it
Great,
without
great things going on here. Great people to work with,
them. Absolutely.
and
Great support team all the way around.
Yeah.
So from top
great
to bottom,
teammates
beginning to
too.
end.
Our teammates.
Absolutely.
So all you out there, hit that like button, right?
Like, follow. Ooh, I
Follow.
guess we got one more follower in the last week. So
Yeah.
hey, keep them coming.
Yeah.
We'll see how great we can do. But again, ideas and
Wheels or
team
doors.
wheel.
So there you go.
Have a
Until
good
next
weekend.
week.